Hi guys, welcome back to another video on me teaching you how to trade. Today is day 9, and today we're going to talk about identifying trend reversals. I'm basically going to show you how I was able to make over $200,000 today in one day alone by this setup, or just overall the strategy and the mindset that I have to overall catch this move. So let's get into the video. I'm not going to take too much time. So today, let me go ahead and reset this because it likes to bug out on me. All right, so today was a pretty clean day. Overall, I'm gonna play the before, and then you're gonna be able to see the after, so you know that this is not, oh, I'm bar replaying, and this is the strategy. So I'm gonna play the clip. I took this before I took the trade, or as I took the trade. Alright, so today we're going to be buying gold above these levels. So above this 1 hour level, we can see that price had bullish momentum. So from this level all the way up to here, there was a correction in the market, and now price is pushing back up. So if we scale down to the 15-minute time frame, we can see that price made a high coming into New York session. We ended up making a higher low, which is also a bullish sentiment. So we can see price push off this higher low and then target to up to these levels. Currently, everything is looking good. Once again, turn on the session. And as you can see, price is in New York session. So we're going to have that volume coming from New York session to tap up into these target levels. And that is because everything above this level is bullish. So if you see, price was sitting at this level and then there was a bullish movement. Price ended up making a new high off that movement. We had a correction, and now price is pushing back up. All right, so with that being said, this was the trade setup that I took. This is how it went. Once again, targeting up into this level. But the reason why, because a lot of people was asking me, like, oh, I thought price was going to continue to sell, right? Now, this is what I want people to remember. In order to identify a trend, you have to overall go back, watch video number 1. So go watch talking about trends. So as I was talking about trends, I told you the moment price breaks a lower high, that's when you need to be in your head. You need to tell yourself, okay, this is something's up, price is changing, something's different, because price should be maintaining the whole time. If price is going on a downtrend, it should be maintaining the lower highs. So every high should be getting lower and lower. If that is not the case, then the trend is changing, right? So in this case, right, or let me find a different one, right? Price is up on an uptrend. I didn't do this one. The reason why I'm avoiding this one is because it's a little stagnant, but you can see price got low, 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 retested, low, almost a retest, low, 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 and then price ended up going up on that uptrend for the correction, and then starting back over low, low, or just this low, low, and then price ended up going bullish one more time, and then from here low, low, and then so forth, right? And then this low, right? So from this low, it dropped all the way down to here, pulled back, made another level of resistance, and tried to sell again, right? But I want you to understand, price is always going to maintain a structure. I think you really have to understand that price is going to stay in the fundamental structure at all times. It might look different with the candles, they might look different, but everything is still the same when it comes to those swings. So we have our swing low, a higher low, higher low, higher low is respected, higher low, and then continue and so forth. We can go on and on, right? But the moment, so here, right, higher low, the moment price makes this higher low, and there's one right here as well, that higher low, because we can see that push, or we can just use this one. It doesn't matter which one, but I can see that price came down from this level, shot down from this level, and then moved back up in a I guess you could say a very momentum manner. So we could use this one. But the moment price breaks that structure, you need to instantly stop thinking price is on the same trend that you're looking for. You need to then take a look at what's going on afterwards. So basically, to explain today, because I know that's what everybody cares about, right? Basically today, price was going on a downtrend. We was on a downtrend last week for gold. Great, that is good. We're coming into Monday. Price has a lower high. So price goes up. it finds a level of sellers. Once it reaches those levels of sellers, sellers end up pushing the markets down, trying to break even more, and price fails to do so, right? And the reason why I say price fails to do so, because if we is to look at this, so if we was to look at any other time frame, right? So let's say the 15, right? Price pushed down to this level. And yes, we did make a new low. We did go and break and make a new low in the markets. On the 1 hour, it's the same thing too as well. This is that low. And then we see price goes lower. But today, coming into the markets, you can say, yeah, we have a new low, but that means price should respect this is our lower high, right? Even the fact, so even right here, right? Even though these are giving us new lows, price respects the fact that it has that lower high, right? Even with anything over here, right? So if we go over here, if price is bullish, just because it sells doesn't mean it's not going to respect the support levels that it has. Also, along with the highs, it's going to know like, okay, this is the high, and if I'm going to be bullish, I have to break that high. Same in this standpoint, it can't break those support. It's going to respect that as a level of support. If it breaks that, then you get this. Then you get a whole new trend, right? So you got to remember, when price starts breaking structures, you need to overall look at it as like, okay, what should I be thinking now? And the things that you should be thinking is, okay, price has broken that lower high. I can no longer continue to think that this is only a downtrend. So now you have to be open-minded to what the trend could possibly be. So coming into last night, price ends up buying the whole London session, coming in from Asian to London. London session, it buys up and creates a new high. So we know above this level of 3,278, we know price is going to push from 3,278 all the way to 3,296. Then we get a correction. We still haven't traded the markets yet. You still don't have to trade the markets, right? Because we can trade gold in New York session. So New York session for me starts at 9:30. That is when the bell opens, right? So with that being said, price pushes all the way back down and retests this level. Now in this case, price is grabbing as much liquidity as possible. Now I already can see the comments. Oh, it's just break and retest. In this case, it is a break and retest. In this case, you could call it a break and retest. I don't see it as a break and retest. I just find it as a correction. And then what I would do from here is scale down to that 15-minute time frame and then turn on your sessions. So if you're looking for sessions, it's going to be sessions, Junior FX Addict. It's got 2.2 thousand people using it. And yeah, that is it. So for the people that keep asking me what my sessions is, there you go. All right. So with that being said, this session is New York. So the red one is New York. Let me make sure I got that color right. That red one is New York, right? So as we start to see in New York session, and this is 8 o'clock, 9:30 is roughly around here. Roughly around here. 9:30 makes that push above. We see rejections towards the downside, showing us that price is not trying to go anywhere lower. What you can do, if you don't see anything on here, scale down to the 5-minute, right? Scale down to the 5-minute. So your first confluence already, your first confluence can be, okay, price is above this level. Normally, I just enter when price goes back above this level and we have rejections to the downside. I see price came down, it went back, it went up, had some resistance, same thing over here. So the same thing over here. And then there was that reaction. We got that reaction above that level, that strong push. So this tells me that buyers are sitting at this level, pushing up price. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete this so you can see the candles. So you can see price here. It's got stagnant, stayed here, and then price pushed up once the New York session started. 9:30 was roughly around here. So right around here, price was kind of stagnant, came down, retested in these levels, and then had another push up for 9:30 coming into 10 o'clock. So these are things, and also here, like if you didn't get in around that 9:30, 10 o'clock, price came back down, retested these levels, and still respected the fact that this was a level of support. It respected the fact that buyers were sitting here pushing up price. So you can see that once people got down to this level, you can see that the buyers kicked into the market, pushing the price up. So this lets me know that there's buyers sitting here and they're not letting price push down. So if price is rejecting this constantly, this is letting me know, okay, this is my support level and price is not going anywhere below this level. And if you put that along with the fact that we've already had bullish sentiments above this level, so if we go here and we already tie this in with the fact that we've already been bullish above this level, then everything works out in your favor once you press that buy button. A lot of people caught the trade. If you're not in the Telegram, I would definitely join the Telegram so you can definitely, stay in the loop of what's going on. But I seen that a lot of people got in this trade, and I'm proud of you guys. I hope I continue to make the teachings very, very simple. So once again, all you're doing is looking for your indication. Your indication is normally going to be the first breakout. You're going to be on the 1 hour time frame. So we're going to be on 1 hour time frame. Let me go back to my original chart. Boom. We're going to be on that 1 hour time frame. We're going to see that indication. The correction is going to happen, and then we use the volume coming in from New York session to push the markets in the direction that we wanted. So notice how price only pushed in one direction the whole time in the markets. So that's something you want to be in, or that's something you will start to notice. Like, you cannot be getting in and out of trades all throughout the day. Like, normally when price is ready to push, it pushes in that one direction for mostly the whole session. So notice how this was all like after right around 12, like soon as 12 hit, price started to take off and it was smooth selling. But by that time, you was already up a couple of pips in profit anyways. And by this point, you feel super comfortable in your trade and everything else is just risk-free at that point. So then once you get to the target, remember, when you get to your targets, set soft TPs. So basically what this means is what gurus like to say is TP1, TP2. Like those are your soft TPs. You don't want to put your limits or your orders at this level completely, because then you can have price tap that level, show a little bit of resistance, because remember, sellers are sitting here, right? So whenever you're in buys, you're always targeting the swing high made on the 1 hour time frame. So this 1 hour time frame made this swing high right here. So let me zoom so you can see it. It made this swing high right here. Price pushed back, higher low, and then we use that momentum. Now we have a new swing high, right? So whenever you're buying, you're always targeting the swing highs first, and then you're looking for price to continue just a little bit more because you're using that 1 hour time frame. So normally when you're using that time frame, price is making that higher low, and then you need that higher high. So just like I said, when price is trending, it's going to look for that higher high, create a support, look for a new one. And that's how price trends. You always want to catch the trends, and these are the ways that I'm teaching you to, be able to see this so you can catch the trends. Because there's people now in the Telegram that are holding, gold buys, and they're up in profits, and you know what? Gold can keep buying, and they're going to be in this trade for a long time, and they'll be able to profit off of one trade, and they don't have to trade for the rest of the month. That's all I'm trying to teach you guys. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just trying to teach you guys the proper way, or how I see the proper way to trade, very simple, without all this extra nonsense that you have to learn. People think that you have to learn all this crazy nonsense that's on the internet. You don't have to. Like, this is the simple way. If you actually, take it in, understand it, or even give it some thought. Like, some people kind of look at this and be like, oh, it's too easy, so I don't want to trade this, because they want to go learn all the complicated stuff. Like, I make more money than the people that use all the complicated stuff, but it is what it is. That was today's setup. Now we have a new high. Price is gonna most likely give us a correction back under this level, and then we're gonna continue to trend later on. Let's see, because this could change, especially with the fact that it is bearish. So if we go and scale out, we can see that the overall trend is bearish. We was able to capitalize off of buys today, but there is a new indication to show us that under this level, price is going to be bearish. So we're going to wait for that time to come. But for the meantime, price is acting bullish on the 1 hour time frame. This is the time frame that I use the most anyways. So this is the time frame that I like to follow. And I already profited on the trade that I made today. So yeah. With that being said, I hope you learned something from this lesson. Normally, I like to break everything down from the actual charts. So I don't like to do like the whole bar replay. I like to get into a setup and then show you the before and after of the setup so you can see exactly what I'm talking about.